Judith, I overheard something about you going on a trip. Where are you going, huh? Tell me. Are you going with your mom friends as well? Please, tell me right now.
Good evening, Tiff. Are you talking about what we were discussing at the kindergarten bus stop?
Yes, that's the one. I totally caught bits and pieces. You were talking with Amber and Maya, right?
Ah, so you heard that.
You're all going on a trip together, aren't you? Like a mom friends getaway?
Well, sort of.
Oh, take me with you. Come on, I want in.
Wait, what?
I've always wanted to go on a trip with mom friends. It sounds so fun. Just imagine the bonding, the photos, the laughs.
I'm really sorry, but we can't invite you this time.
Huh? Why not?
Well, the group is already set.
Then just add me to it. That's easy, right? One more mom can't hurt.
I really wish it were that simple, but the whole thing is already booked, and honestly, Tiff, this isn't the kind of trip that you can just join in on last minute.
Excuse me?
It's not even a mom-friend trip, technically speaking.
So what, you're telling me to back off?
It's not like that. It's just, maybe next time, okay? I promise I'll let you know when we plan something else. But this time, I need you to understand and set it out.
Oh, come on. I'm a mom, and I'm your friend, too. What's with this exclusion treatment? You think I'll just let this go?
It's not about leaving you out, I swear.
All right, then it's settled. I'm joining.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Let me know once all the dates and details are finalized, okay? Oh, and since I'm coming, I'll go ahead and take charge of organizing everything.
Tiff, no, it's already organized. Pretty much everything is decided.
Nope, that's not how it's gonna work. We'll just turn it into my trip, a main event, Tiff's Mom Friends Extravaganza.
Again, this isn't a mom friends trip.
Perfect! You can be the one in charge of all the boring logistics and grunt work, okay?
Do you really think that you can just make demands like that?
Oh, are you sure you want to talk to me that way?
What are you getting at?
Isn't your husband working under my husband?
Wait, seriously?
Wow, you didn't know that? Oh, that's kind of awkward.
No, I mean, I didn't realize.
Well, you do now. So if you keep pushing back, I might just have to pass this little disagreement on to your husband.
What? Are you threatening me?
Anyway, I'm assigning you all the prep work for the day of the trip. Thanks in advance.
You're not even officially part of the trip.
Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to have such a blast.
Tiff, you can't just force your way into this. I'm not okay with any of this, you hear me? Wait, what happened? Why are you apologizing? It's about that thing we talked about the other day, the warning about Tiff. Right. What about it? Well, I just found out that my kid accidentally told Tiff's kid about our trip. You know, the dates, the inn, the whole thing. What? Apparently, while they were playing, Tiff's son snatched away one of his favorite toys and told him, "I'll only give it back if you tell me where your mom's going. If you don't, I'll use my super punch on you." So, he told him. He didn't really have a choice. Oh my God. That kid's been getting more aggressive lately. Even the other kids at school have been avoiding him. But honestly, let's be real. This was Tiff's doing. No way her kid came up with this idea on his own. I thought the same. I mean, I've heard other moms mention similar things happening. Unbelievable. What kind of mother uses her own child as an informant? I'm seriously so sorry. I didn't think anything like this would happen. No, don't apologize. This isn't your fault. But now we've got a bit of a problem on our hands. Yeah, I was hoping this wouldn't turn into a thing, but with Tiff, you just never know. She's done this kind of thing before, hasn't she? Oh, yeah. A while back, she tried to crash a neighbor's family trip. Just invited herself without asking. Total mess. No way. Are you serious? Yeah, the neighbor's family had to cancel their trip last minute because the husband got sick, but Tiff didn't get the memo. She and her whole family went all the way to the destination anyway, and when they found out the inn was canceled, she went ballistic. What? Yep, she accused them of lying, demanded they cover her travel costs, screamed at them in the hotel lobby, saying, "You tricked us." It was this huge public meltdown. Ugh, that sounds like classic Tiff. She's got this clingy, entitled personality that just won't quit. Honestly, this feels like some kind of petty revenge attempt, like she's trying to crash our trip now to make up for what happened then. Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if she sees this as her revenge-free ride. And with a husband like hers, that guy gives off major troublemaker vibes. If she shows up, it'll be the whole chaotic family in tow, guaranteed. No doubt. If she found out the date and place, there's nothing stopping her from just showing up. Then we need to take action. We can't let her just bulldoze her way into our plans. I was thinking the same. Maybe we should get Hiro involved too. She's good at handling people like Tiff. Definitely. Hiro has a way of shutting down nonsense without making a scene. We need her on our side. All right, I'll give Maya a call too. The three of us should meet later and come up with a plan. Sounds good. And hey, stop apologizing. Seriously. I feel bad though. If my son hadn't said anything. Don't blame yourself. Honestly, the real issue is that we weren't more careful. I'm the one who brought up the trip at the bus stop in the first place. I should have known better, especially with someone like Tiff always lurking around. Still, I should have reminded my kid not to talk about it. They're kids. They're not spies. And it's not like your son just spilled it on purpose. He was being threatened. That's not on him. Thanks, Judith. I was kind of freaking out about this. I didn't know how you'd react. You did the right thing by telling me. That's what matters. We'll handle it. Let's regroup later and come up with something solid. Okay, I'll message Maya now and get back to you. Perfect. See you later then. All right, thanks again, and sorry. Stop it with the apologies already. Let's focus on not letting Tiff hijack our trip. We've earned this break. We're not giving it up without a
Just about to check into the ryokan, but they said I've already checked in. What do you think you're doing, stealing our trip like this? If you're here at the resort, get out here right now.
Sorry, I'm out sightseeing at the moment, so it's going to be difficult to come back right now.
What?
Actually, what's going on with you? Stealing our trip? Wasn't it you who tried to steal it in the first place?
You're the one who didn't show up on time, remember?
To begin with, I didn't even invite you, and I specifically turned you down.
But in the end, I ended up going, didn't I?
You were the one trying to push through on your own.
You're the one who left me out, so you're to blame. As punishment, you'll pay for our accommodation.
Wait a second, are you planning to stay at my family's house?
Huh?
Do you really think you can stay there?
What do you mean?
The resort you tried to check into is actually my family's property. We converted part of the garden into a guest facility and have been running a resort there.
What?
And by the way, this trip isn't a mom's trip.
What are you talking about? Amber and Maya are with you, right? That clearly sounds like a mom's trip to me.
Amber is my husband's cousin. Maya is my husband's sister.
Huh?
This trip is for my husband's grandfather's anniversary, and we're traveling with all our relatives. So all the rooms in our ryokan are fully booked until tomorrow. No last-minute stays are possible.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's why I told you, out of respect, that I'd rather you didn't stay here.
Oh, can't you just free up a room or something?
Impossible. You're the one who showed up uninvited after I had already turned you down.
Do you think you can just talk to me like that?
Still on this, huh?
I told you my husband's boss is your husband's superior, right? Do you think your husband's position at the company could be at risk because of this?
Is that a threat?
Not really. I'm just teaching you that in this world it's the survival of the fittest.
I see. Well, with that same mentality, let me tell you something too.
What?
Your husband's grandfather is actually the chairman of your husband's company, right?
Huh?
By the way, the CEO is my husband's father.
What? The chairman and the CEO?
And by the way, both of them are here right now, and they're actually looking at this message with me.
No. Oh, that can't be true. Stop.
You never know when you might run into someone higher up than you, so it might be better not to flaunt your power so recklessly.
Wait, your in-laws are part of the CEO family?
Well, I'm off to the next sightseeing spot now, so I'll be leaving.
Hey, wait, my husband and I, we're being attacked by all our relatives right now. They're saying things like, "What is going on?" and we're being cut off. Can you at least help us?
I can't get involved in your family issues, so I really don't know what to say.
Huh?
Oh, and before we head back to the resort, I'd really appreciate it if in-laws are connected to my friend's husband's employer, it doesn't mean that we could use his position or influence in any way to resolve the situation. This was not a case of using workplace status or authority to sway things in our favor. Later on, the husband was summoned and given a strict warning, but that was all. It wasn't anything extreme or threatening, just a stern reminder about boundaries and what was considered acceptable. That was the extent of the intervention from his side. But to my surprise, it seemed to have an almost immediate effect. Tiff, who had been causing all kinds of trouble, suddenly became much quieter, almost as if she had learned her lesson. I didn't know if it was fear or a sense of guilt, but whatever it was, she was a far cry from the person she had been before. The drama that had surrounded her seemed to dissipate overnight. However, things didn't go quite as smoothly on her husband's side. He seemed to have a much harder time dealing with the consequences of the situation. His pride, or maybe his stubbornness, couldn't handle the idea of having been reprimanded in such a manner. It wasn't long before he started skipping work without notice, completely disregarding his responsibilities. His behavior got progressively worse, and it wasn't just the missed days that became an issue. Soon, several serious internal compliance violations came to light. Things that had been hidden for far too long, and once they were discovered, it didn't take long for the company to take action. The company took swift and decisive steps. His actions didn't just result in him being given a stern warning like Tiff had. He was demoted and had his salary cut significantly. That was only the beginning. It wasn't long after that the company decided to terminate his employment entirely. Given the severity of the violations they had uncovered, the damage had already been done and there was no coming back from it. But the consequences didn't stop there. The situation between Tiff and her husband escalated dramatically. It seemed like their relationship, which had already been fragile, couldn't withstand the added pressure. The stress, combined with everything that had happened at work, led to an explosive argument between them, a fight so intense that it ended with them separating. The end result? Divorce. Their marriage, already hanging by a thread, was now completely severed. I couldn't help but wonder what had gone through their minds. What were they trying to achieve with all this? What were their end goals? It seemed so reckless, so destructive. Tiff's behavior had been erratic, and her husband's decisions, especially after the company's actions, made no sense. They had both created such a mess for themselves, and for what? It was hard to even comprehend the thought process behind their actions. What did they think would happen? It felt as if they had been living in a world of denial where the consequences of their actions were never really considered. The result of that lack of foresight had led them to this tragic end. But as much as I couldn't understand their motives, I was relieved that everything had calmed down. Finally, the chaos that had been swirling around them was over, and I could breathe again. It was strange to feel relieved after witnessing such a collapse of a marriage and career, but at the same time, there was a sense of peace that came with it. They had created this mess themselves, and now they were left to pick up the pieces. No one to blame but themselves. For me, it was just a quiet ending to a situation that had caused so much upheaval. I know this sounds harsh, but there was a part of me that couldn't help but feel satisfied by the way things turned out. Not in a vindictive way, but in a way that felt like justice had been served. Their actions had consequences, and those consequences had been severe. Perhaps that was the wake-up call they needed. Perhaps after all of this, they would learn to think before they acted. But honestly, it was harsh to imagine them ever truly learning their mistakes. The way they had behaved showed a pattern of irresponsibility, and I wasn't sure they could break free from that cycle. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Are you ever going to come out from hiding in your room? You should come out and live your life like the rest of us do. We finally got back from our trip and want to see you. Is that all you wanted to say? Huh? There isn't anything else I need to say to you. I was just thinking I should probably ask if you'd come out to see how you'd react. Really, I'm fine with you not coming out of that hole of yours yet. Either way, I'm sure I'll know when you actually decide to come out, since you'll probably be making a huge fuss of us leaving you here. I see. But as for Kyle, he has been so worried about you that he tries to call you at least 5 times a day, so even if it doesn't entirely bother me, at least come out for your brother. Why should I? I don't care about how any of you guys feel anymore. Hey, don't say terrible crap like that. Can you at least try and act like a good older brother while you're still around us? Kyle even says that he wants to see how you're doing after you decided to have that fever. And what about me makes him think that I want to come out to see him? Does he think that this will fix my relationship with the rest of you? Or maybe he wants me to stick around the house so that I can continue to give you guys money. What? For money? I don't remember her ever borrowing any money from you. Have you started to hallucinate things? I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about how you and Mom took the money I made from selling designer bags as a part-time job. I think that was about $15,000 worth of bags, if I'm correct, that I sold. So with that in mind, I'd like to collect my reimbursement for however much of that money you two spent. What the heck? If you plan to do that, then go right ahead. I'll just make sure to kick you out of the house for doing that. Really? Then I suppose I could bring this whole thing to court. I'm sure they'd side with me since I never said that you guys could have that money. Eh? I didn't really think I'd need to do this at first, but of course I don't feel all too bad about doing that to the high and mighty family that went on vacation without me, especially when you guys used my money for it. Well, hold on a minute. I thought we agreed that the money I got for those bags would be given to me, and then I would give you guys like $1,000 or $2. But instead, you guys went ahead and spent it all going on that stupid vacation after I did all the work. I guess I should have known this would happen since you guys kept pushing for me to work harder and harder to get all the money I could. You guys didn't even care that I came down with a fever, instead just leaving me at home to try and care for myself. But wait! And now, because of that, the fever turned out to be pneumonia, and now I'm stuck in the hospital trying to recover. So are you happy with this? What? You're at the hospital right now? Uncle Drew and Aunt Bev came to the house to help drive me here when I told them that you guys left me. And do you know what they said about you? They said that you guys are a disgraceful family. So how does it feel knowing that your brother and his wife are disgusted by you? What? My brother said that? Well, I guess that this is it for us anyways. After I get out of the hospital, I'm gonna become Uncle Drew's son and move into his house. and I won't need to give you guys any more of my earnings from my part-time job. Wait, you're getting far too ahead of yourself. I couldn't care less about what you think about my choice. I'm not even thankful for you guys letting me stay at your house for the past 20 years. I had to go right to work after graduating high school, and even then I needed to give you guys whatever money I made to help support you. You supported us? You're an idiot, so there is no way you could have supported us. Are you having trouble understanding things with that tiny brain of yours? But you guys were already starting to move my things around like you were ready for me to get out, right? So you should be in total agreement with me leaving the house. Oh, but that's the thing. Now there won't be any money coming into the house that you guys can steal after I leave. Well, I guess life is gonna get a bit tougher now that your wallet will be just a bit more empty, huh? But for me, I'll finally become free of you guys, and I won't have to give you any more of my money. Do you plan to fight back at us in return for our kindness to you? There was never any kindness from you guys. The only thing that I ever received was pain from having to be around you all for so long. What? Did you guys at least have fun on that vacation that I helped pay for? From now on, the three of you won't be able to go on any more exciting trips like that, right? If I have to say it a little more straightforward, you reap what you sow. Well, once I've fully recovered, I'll be moving in with Uncle Drew. So please enjoy only needing to raise your amazing baby boy, Kyle. Wait, Jonah! I will definitely not be forgiving you for this. You're just going to leave us all behind to go live with my... This again? Are you still half asleep or something? This is your dad! You went ahead and blocked my phone number without ever even telling me. So because I finally found out about that, I changed my number and was able to contact you again. I am really never going to let go of you wasting my time. You're a coward for running away from your family. But you guys were never my family. You jackass! I'm also talking about how you just threw us all away! How long do you plan to hide away and pout for? It's been 5 years now. It's time for you to toughen up and come back home! Then this must be my previous dad, right? All of these loud and obnoxious comments are starting to remind me of how awful your attitude was. What? I'm not the one with an attitude, and stop acting like I'm not your dad anymore. When the hell are you gonna come back home? Come home already! But what reason would I have for coming back to you? I mean, you guys treated me like I was just a piece of your property. And by the way, you need to find a better way to introduce yourself after not talking to someone for 5 years than just coming in and talking crap. If I'm not mistaken, you guys had treated me like a slave before I had decided I had had enough, right? The way you keep trying to make me look like the bad person is starting to really drive me up the wall. And after 5 years, a lot has changed with our family situation. It would help us out a lot if you got off your lazy butt and came back home to help support us. What are you laughing at? Hey, Jonah, reply to me! For a little bit now, I've been trying to get your attention by ringing your doorbell. Are you deaf now or something? Come open the door and talk to me. So you finally decided to come to me directly. It seems that Uncle Drew finally got a little soft and told you the address of my house, huh? I'm sure you probably tricked him into doing it. What do you mean I tricked him? All I did was ask him if he knew where you were staying. Saying that I would trick my own brother is ridiculous. Huh? You had to have deceived him. I'm sure you told him that you regret what you did to me, but that was just a lie that you made up so that he'd feel sorry for you, right? I bet you would be a great actor for the way you were able to make it look like you actually felt sorry. What? I'm not going to take that crap. Just open the door already. He told me that around this time you should be back from work and in your house. So even if you try to ignore me, I'm going to continue hitting the doorbell. Wow, that's very rude of you. I'll make sure that when I see your wife that I will tell her of all the dirty and horrible things that you did to your family. I wonder if that will make her leave you. But I think that would be even better if she did. What? So it seems that you found out that I got married, huh? Yeah, that's right. You didn't even bother contacting us to let us know that you'd be registering for marriage. But I guess I would have never approved of it anyways. I'm going to do my best to make you guys split up. I think you're trying way too hard to get back at me right now. Does this mean that you and your family are in quite the predicament at the moment? If that isn't the case, then I don't know what else would make you so upset as to try and get in my way again after almost 6 years. You're just trying to get close to me again since you can't handle things at home all on your own anymore. That's pretty sad of you if you ask me. Shut the hell up! Whether it's what's happening right now or what happened in the past, it has all been because of your wrongdoings. So you really haven't changed. Even now, you'll only find ways to make me the cause of all of your problems. I think it would be best if you just started caring for your family again and started to give money back to us. So, in other words, your family doesn't have enough money because you can't bother to stop spending it all? I just want to have a little extra money in case of emergencies, that's it. But also, Kyle will be getting married next year. I want you to be the one to pay for all of his wedding expenses like the wedding hall and his tux. Actually, you're going to have to do it. Is that so? What are you so puzzled by? If you have the time to act so absent-minded right now, then you have the time to open this door and talk to me face to face. And if your wife is also in there, tell her to come see me as well. Well, about all of that. I think it's time you stop acting out of hand. You're right saying that my wife is home right now, but I am not. What? I got a message from my wife just a few minutes ago saying that there's someone outside our front door screaming abusive language. She then asked me if I knew who that was. So I'm glad you decided to text me saying that it's you, or else I might have had to let her call the police on you. Well, then what the hell? If she's in the house right now, have her come out here to see me. I've been slamming on the door for the past few minutes now. I can't believe she has the nerve to just try and avoid me. When you're not around, does she not have the balls to face a threat? Well, I guess that it makes sense since she was stupid enough to marry someone as arrogant as you. Tell her to open the front door right now. Tell her that I'm here to teach her a good old-fashioned lesson. Well, you might think she's a coward for not coming to face you, but I think she can get pretty crazy when I'm not around. So I am really glad you told me it was you before something really, really bad could have happened. What are you rambling on about? Since you aren't here to listen to me, tell her to open this door now! It looks like that's what she's about to do. She told me that if she doesn't open the door soon, the young and rambunctious woman in her will get the best of you. Of course, if that were to happen, I don't think things would end very well for you. Huh? What does that mean? Well, once you see her, I'm sure you'll begin to understand. Anyways, I need to finish grocery shopping, and then I'll come back home. Are you there? I hope you're still alive. I just had the worst day of my life a second ago. Your wife is one of those heavy-bodied types, huh? The kind that's too big and angry to control? I think you finally found out what I meant when I said that she was gonna be scary when I'm not around. She told me that you wanted to talk with her for a little while when she answered the door. So while I was thinking about how long it would take you to finish wasting her time, I went out with her mom to get some dinner. What? Did you think that I'd come home to try and stop her? I don't have any reason to be going out of my way to do that. Having to drive all the way home would have been a bother for me, and having to see your face would have only been worse. But you said that after shopping you would come home? Help me! I'm really sorry, but now that I think about it, did you end up pissing your pants? My wife said she was busting out laughing at you. She said that your face got as red as a lobster and there was a dark spot that started to form in your pants. This is the best I've felt in a super long time. Please help me and don't tell this to anyone else. But you've already made it so that I won't help you. And I'm sorry, but I think you were a little late asking me. What? My mother-in-law already told your wife and Kyle about this. I had to tell your wife to send us some money to get the area around the front room replaced, since you decided to piss all over it. You didn't even clean it up before you ran home. What? You came to my house trying to get money from me, only to leave, creating more embarrassment for yourself. And you created unnecessary expenses as well. You're going to get it for talking to me this way. Well, I think this is really going to be goodbye for us. Now that you've learned from this great experience, there shouldn't be any worries about you visiting my house a second time, right? But you probably couldn't come even if you tried. My mom and dad never stopped trying to reach out to me after I told them I never wanted to see them again. They couldn't seem to understand why I cut them off. Their attempts to contact me continued, but it wasn't just about reconnecting with their child. They wanted something else: money. They couldn't manage to get all the $10,000 I'd requested from their relatives, so they turned to Kyle, asking him to help them out. They claimed he needed to repay them for all the kindness they had shown him while he lived with them. It was laughable. However, when they brought this up to him over the phone, his wife, who had a bit of a fiery side, jumped in. She was an ex-kickboxer, and her response to their request was enough to make them freeze. They quickly ended the call, likely terrified of what might happen next. Since that day, they've never made another attempt to contact any of us. As for their whereabouts, I haven't bothered to track them down. I'm not even sure where they ended up after I severed ties. If I really wanted to know, I could ask my wife to look into it, but honestly, I have no reason to care. They're not a part of my life anymore, and I don't feel any need to reach out. Life's been better without them. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Neil! Neil, long time no see. I heard you're actually planning to show up to the reunion, huh? Can you even afford the transportation costs to get there?
Huh? Oh, Alice, it's been a while.
Wait, what do you mean, oh, Alice? You act all high and mighty like you're someone special. How gross.
Look, knowing you, I'm guessing you're only messaging me because you thought it'd be funny that I'm actually going to the reunion for once. But don't get your hopes up thinking something exciting is gonna happen.
Well, sure. When the organizer showed me the list of attendees, I was like, wait, seriously? And then just on that note, I thought, why not message him?
Oh, so the organizer is one of your old followers, right?
Your existence has never been interesting to me, but making it amusing is my specialty.
Sounds like a rather wasteful talent in more ways than one.
Oh, you're actually answering back? Since when do you think you're in a position to talk to me like that?
A position?
Do you really think someone like you, a broke loser, has any kind of standing? I always thought you didn't come to previous reunions out of respect for your position, but now it seems like I was wrong. I'm kind of disappointed.
Look, Alice, it's been almost 10 years since we graduated from high school.
So what?
Yeah, sure, my family was poor because my dad's been sick. On the other hand, you were one of those popular girls at school, a gal, always at the top of the school caste system. But now that we're adults, you're still holding on to that and looking down on people? Is that really okay?
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not even bringing up the whole school caste thing, you know.
Oh, really?
Because here's the thing, no matter how much time passes, being poor means you stay at the bottom of society. So the hierarchy between you and me is still the same as it was back then, and it'll stay that way, now and forever.
You haven't changed a bit. I think you need to reconsider that way of thinking.
What are you talking about, acting all high and mighty? A broke bottom dweller like you shouldn't be defying me.
Sorry, but I'm actually with someone right now.
Huh?
Excuse me, I have to go.
Hey, don't just end the conversation on your own. Hey! Well, for today, I'll let it slide. But you better remember this when the reunion rolls around. I'll make sure to give your pointless existence some value myself. Look forward to it, all right? Earlier.
Earlier?
Don't play dumb. Wait, no way. Don't tell me you actually want me to say it again. Is someone feeling flattered, a little full of himself because he got a love confession?
Confession? What are you even talking about? I don't remember ever talking to you directly, not even once.
Oh, come on, you don't need to act like that. Whatever, I'll say it again. And this time I'll put it in writing. Since it'll be saved in your messages, you better read every word carefully and cherish my feelings, okay?
Huh?
I like you. I want to take you home with me tonight.
Excuse me?
You did say we should sneak out after the reunion and have some alone time, didn't you?
What the hell are you talking about?
Oh, come on, don't go playing innocent now.
You've always talked down to me, ridiculed me every chance you got. You were downright cruel back in school, so what's this sudden change of heart?
Okay, here's the truth. I've actually liked you for a long, long time. It's just, I didn't know how to say it, so instead I acted the opposite. I was mean because I didn't want anyone, including you, to see how I felt.
Right.
But when I messaged you the other day, I realized I couldn't keep doing that. I couldn't keep pretending. So I worked up the courage to be honest. I want to start over with you, build something real. Please, go out with me. And if you say yes, well, tonight I'm all yours. You can do whatever you want with me.
Wait, anything I want?
Whatever you want.
Got it. In that case, nice to meet you. Looking forward to tonight. Just kidding. I know it's a lie. You weren't exactly subtle.
What?
It's a punishment game, right?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Rachel told me.
Rachel?
Yeah, on the way to the reunion, she saw you and your little crew at the train station. Apparently you were all playing rock, paper, scissors. She said she heard someone shout, "Loser has to confess to Neil," loud enough for the whole platform to hear.
Seriously? Ugh, so Rachel overheard that. Figures. She's always been such a goody two-shoes. Of course she'd run straight to you and tattle.
She's not exactly a fan of games like that, especially when they involve dragging someone else into your humiliation.
Fine, you got me. Yeah, it was a punishment game. I was the one who came up with it, actually. I didn't think I'd lose, but hey, karma, I guess. So I confessed, half-assed and awkward. Whatever, at least you didn't take it seriously. That would have been worse.
I see.
Still, though, even knowing it was fake, you can't tell me you weren't a little happy. I mean, when's the last time a girl confessed to you, huh?
Actually, I've been confessed to before.
What? Wait. Are you seriously counting my punishment confession as a real one? That's kinda sad.
No, I meant someone else entirely.
What?
Back in high school, Rachel confessed to me. We dated for a while.
You're kidding. Rachel, that strict as hell, rule-enforcing robot who patrolled the halls like a prison guard, she confessed to you?
Yep, about half the class knew. You must have been in the half that didn't.
And you seriously expect me to believe she made the first move?
Check the reunion list, remember? You said you looked at it earlier.
I did.
Then you might have missed something important. Rachel's last name? It's the same as mine.
Wait, are you saying...
We're married. Got a kid, too.
What? Hold on. This whole thing, this stupid punishment game. I just confessed to a married guy? Oh my god, that's beyond humiliating.
Kinda makes the punishment feel real now, doesn't it?
Shut up! You looked like you were enjoying it, so don't act so smug now.
Here's the kicker. Before your message, I don't remember being confessed to at all.
Huh?
I never made it to the reunion. Something urgent came up. I'm on the train right now.
Wait, you're not even at the venue?
Nope.
Then who the hell did I just confess to?
Rachel's at the reunion. She said she saw you in the corner of the room approaching some guy who was glued to his phone. You told him your confession, right?
Yeah, he had glasses, looked kind of nerdy. Same vibe as you used to have, so I thought.
That was Seth.
No. Please tell me you're joking.
Nope. Rachel said ever since you confessed, he hasn't stopped staring at you. He's apparently grinning and watching your every move.
Oh my god, no. No. Anyone but Seth.
That bad, huh?
Of course it is. He's a full-on delusional creep. Back in school, he latched onto anyone who so much as looked in his direction. Once he picked a target, he wouldn't stop until they either dated him or changed schools. The rumors were terrifying.
I remember hearing some of those, yeah.
You've got to help me.
Not sure what you expect me to do. I'm on a train.
You should have skipped work today.
I couldn't. I'm in the middle of heading to a major meeting.
What kind of job doesn't let you skip one reunion day?
I run my own company.
What?
I'm the CEO! Started it 6 years ago, took a while to build, but now it's on stable footing. Things are going well.
Okay, wait, new plan. Forget everything I said earlier, that was all nonsense. Let's pretend the punishment game never happened.
Oh?
Yeah, I mean, if you're a CEO and married to a super serious girl like Rachel, maybe what you really need is someone different, someone fun, someone like me. I'd make a much more exciting wife, don't you think?
I swear I'm holding in a laugh so hard right now I might burst.
Huh?
No offense, but haven't you confessed to me? That's the real punishment.
Excuse me?
I'm serious. This whole thing is hilarious. Like, I'm fighting for my life, trying not to burst out laughing in front of my team.
You are such a jerk.
Says the girl who came up with a childish punishment game to mess with someone's feelings. Sorry, not buying your act.
But...
Look, I've got to go. We're pulling into the station. Whatever disaster you created with Seth, that's your problem now. Good luck.
Wait, you're not even going to help me?
This has nothing to do with me anymore.
No, come on, don't leave me like this.
Anyway, gotta run. Bye now. Reunion turned out to be quite a battlefield. Alice, misunderstanding the situation and thinking her confession was genuine, was taken aback when Seth, who had always been quick to fall in love, decided to make a surprise marriage proposal right there at the venue. Seth had never been one to understand jokes like these. He was the type of person who took things seriously no matter how absurd the situation might be. His love for Alice had been real, and when he heard her confession, he took it as an honest declaration of affection. The confusion and tension in the air were palpable as he stood up, took her hand, and announced to everyone that they were now engaged. Alice, taken completely by surprise and unable to escape the situation, found herself swept along by the momentum of Seth's enthusiasm. There was no time to process the events unfolding around her. The next thing she knew, she was being whisked away from the reunion by Seth, who was beaming with happiness, not knowing the extent of the confusion that had led them to this point. He didn't even pause to let Alice explain, dragging her along as if she were already his bride. It wasn't long before they found themselves in a hotel room together where they spent the night. Alice, overwhelmed by the surrealness of it all, was left speechless and unsure how to react. She had never expected things to escalate so quickly, let alone end up in such an intimate situation. But Seth was already celebrating, oblivious to the fact that Alice had never intended for this to happen. The following morning, things didn't improve. Alice, still in a daze, found herself face to face with a beaming Seth, who greeted her with a wide grin as if everything were perfectly normal. He was a completely different person now. His earlier, somewhat awkward demeanor had shifted into one of smug confidence. Seth was smiling ear to ear, and Alice, who was still processing the events of the night, could hardly believe what was happening. Seth didn't give Alice any room to argue. His mind was made up. He was determined to make her his. Without allowing her the space to think, he led her to a nearby registry office. He didn't care that they had only been together for a matter of hours. The speed at which he was moving was part of his thrill. Alice, still reeling from the shock of it all, found herself signing papers alongside him as though she had no control over the situation. In what could only be described as a whirlwind, Alice and Seth had entered into a marriage contract. A half-day romance turned into an official union. The rapidity of it all made Alice feel like she had no time to breathe, let alone think. The moment she signed the papers, the reality of her new life settled in with a heavy weight. She had gone from a reluctant participant in a joke to a legally married woman in the blink of an eye. As she tried to piece together what had happened, her mind raced with confusion and disbelief. She had never imagined her life taking this turn. Seth, on the other hand, was utterly thrilled. He wore the expression of someone who had won a great prize, his eyes gleaming with satisfaction. He didn't seem to notice or care about the internal turmoil Alice was experiencing. In fact, his attitude seemed to suggest that everything was going according to plan. His plan. The next few months passed in a haze for Alice. She found herself trapped in a situation that she hadn't chosen. She couldn't tell anyone the truth, that this had all been a mistake, a result of a punishment game gone horribly wrong. It was hard to admit that she had been coerced into something so important, something so life-altering, because in the eyes of the world, she had gotten this. She had agreed to marry Seth, and now she was bound by that decision. The most surprising twist came 3 months later. Alice discovered that she was pregnant. The news hit her like a freight train, and suddenly the stakes of the situation became much higher. She couldn't escape the reality that she was now carrying Seth's child. At this point, it was clear that there was no turning back. Seth, thrilled by the idea of becoming a father, was overjoyed. He made plans for the future as if everything were perfectly normal, while Alice struggled to come to terms with the life that had been thrust upon her. Though Alice had every reason to want to flee from her situation, she couldn't. The pregnancy changed everything. She couldn't simply say it was all a joke or it was a punishment game now. Those words would never be accepted as an excuse. The situation had gone too far. She was married to Seth, and they were about to have a child together. It wasn't just a joke anymore, it was real. Seth, on the other hand, was blissfully unaware of the turmoil Alice was experiencing. He was a man who thrived on control, and now that he had Alice exactly where he wanted her, he was ready to settle into a life of domestic bliss. He believed in his own mind that they were happy together. His warped sense of reality made it impossible for him to see the cracks in their relationship. For him, everything was perfect. But for Alice, things were far from perfect. She was now trapped in a marriage to a man she didn't love, carrying his child, and unable to escape the web of her own making. She had been forced into a life she hadn't chosen, and now she was bound by the consequences. She couldn't just walk away, not with the baby on the way. The thought of raising a child in this environment filled her with dread, but she had no choice but to move forward. As the months passed, Alice became more and more resigned to her fate. She learned to live with Seth's presence, to tolerate his dominance in their relationship. She had no other option. Her initial resistance faded as she adjusted to the reality of her new life. She had gone from a carefree young woman to a married mother, bound to a man who saw her more as an object of conquest than as a partner. It was a sad reality, but one she had no choice but to accept. By the time their child was born, Alice had come to terms with her new role. She wasn't the same person she had been before. She was now a wife, a mother, and someone who had been forced into a life she hadn't chosen. As she looked at her child, she couldn't help but feel a pang of regret. She had once had dreams, hopes, and plans for the future, but all of that had been swept away in a series of unfortunate events. Now she was stuck in a life that she couldn't change. Despite all the pain and regret, Alice did her best to provide for her child. She cared for the baby as best she could, though the reality of her situation weighed heavily on her. She couldn't escape the feeling that she was living someone else's life, one that had been dictated by a series of events she hadn't been able to control. But she was determined.
Jaden, good morning. You look even more handsome today. It's been 6 months since you joined the company, and honestly, every day feels like a treat just watching you work.
Jane, we're at work. If you need something, just talk to me directly. We're on the same floor, so there's no need for messages. It's inefficient and a waste of time.
Oh, come on. You just can't resist talking to me, can you?
That's not it. It's just that if we're in the same place, using messages to talk is inefficient. It wastes both our time.
You really don't get it, do you? I can tell you want to talk to me directly. How about we step outside for a bit?
This doesn't sound like it's about work.
Huh?
I'm stepping out for a bit, so I'll be gone for a while.
Wait, what? You're going out now? But I thought you were doing office work today.
I'm going on an outside visit. I'm going to meet with a new client with the sales manager. Your department is not involved, so I'm leaving now.
Wait, hold on. That sales manager, you mean that woman, right? You'd rather go out with her than with me? Don't you think I should be the one you take out instead? Come on, Jaden. I know you're shy around me, but that's okay. You don't need to pretend. I'll make sure you compensate me for this later, don't worry. Jaden, so you're going straight home today, huh? I didn't get to see you after this morning, and I have to say I was feeling a little lonely. Now that we're not at the office, I can message you, right?
No, I don't think we're close enough to exchange messages privately.
Oh, come on. I can tell you're trying to get my attention, but don't worry. You don't need to go out of your way for that. My heart already belongs to Takaya-kun, after all.
Is that supposed to be a joke?
Oh, does it not sound like one?
Jane, you're a married woman with a husband and a child. You might want to reconsider saying things like that. It could easily lead to misunderstandings.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
And I've told you before, I'd prefer if you stopped calling me Jaden. Please use my last name instead.
But we're not at work now, so it should be fine.
It doesn't matter whether it's personal or professional. I've already asked you to stop using that name. I'd appreciate it if you respected that.
Oh, I see. So it bothers you that I'm the only one calling you Jaden.
What?
I see. I get it now. If you'd said that from the start, it would have made things clearer. So in that case, you can call me Janie. Feel free to use it, both at work and outside of it. That way it's even, right?
You're completely misunderstanding me. I don't intend to be close enough to you to have these kinds of personal conversations.
Huh?
What I'm saying is this. I would like you to use the appropriate form of address and keep it professional. Getting messages from you outside of work hours is honestly an inconvenience, so unless it's an emergency, I'd prefer you not contact me.
Wait, Jaden?
Excuse me. Jane, I've told you multiple times, stop messaging me.
Oh, come on, just hear me out, okay? This is really big news. Jaden, I heard you're thinking about buying a house?
And how is that your business?
Well, aren't you just a new employee? I mean, isn't buying a house kind of difficult on your current salary?
Again, none of this concerns you. Stay out of it.
That's where you're wrong, because once you hear what I have to say, there's no way you'll keep saying that.
Excuse me?
I've decided I'm going to buy a house for you.
What?
Now do you understand how deep my love is for you?
No, I really don't. And just to be clear, I'm going to buy a house on my own. I don't need or want anything from you.
Oh, don't be shy. You don't have to be so modest with me.
This has nothing to do with modesty. I'm serious. Don't involve yourself in my life.
I just went to see a property earlier and I found the perfect one. I'm about to start the paperwork right now. Isn't that exciting?
No, it's not. Listen carefully. I'm telling you that I'm buying my house myself. Even if you bought one for me, it would only be a burden. I'd consider it a huge inconvenience.
You don't need to hide your feelings. I know this means a lot to you.
No, that's not what this is at all. I want nothing from you. Why is that so hard to understand?
All right, then. I'm going to go secure this beautiful love nest of ours. Just wait patiently, okay? I'll handle everything.
Jane, seriously? I never asked you for anything. You're acting completely on your own. Don't do anything without my consent.
Jaden? I was planning to talk to you in person today, tell you everything face to face, but of course you weren't in the office. Out all day on business, huh? I didn't want to do this over text, but you've left me no choice. So, can I please come over to your place?
Jane, please don't tell me. You didn't actually buy a place, did you?
Of course I did. I bought you a high-rise condo, our new home, Jaden.
A high-rise what?
You know, the tower complex near S Station? The one with the fancy lobby and concierge and the panoramic city views. They had a 3-bedroom unit on the 23rd floor hit the market this morning, and I thought, this is fate. I called the realtor, went to the showing, and the moment I stepped inside, I knew it was meant for us. I didn't hesitate. Signed the papers right then and there.
You can't be serious.
Oh, but I am. You were looking for a new place, weren't you? I heard all about it. But a new employee like you probably couldn't get the mortgage you wanted, so I figured I'd help. I've been at the company forever, and my savings and salary put me in a great position. And really, what better way to show my love?
Jane, you're married, or were married.
Oh, that's the best part. I finalized my divorce yesterday, all for you, Jaden. So you don't have to worry about anything anymore. No obstacles, no baggage. Just us and our beautiful life together in the sky.
Okay, this is insane. We barely talk at work. We don't even know each other. You can't just show up in my life like this, buy a condo, and expect me to move in.
You always do this, pretend like I'm just some coworker. But I see the way you smile at me when you come by my desk. The way you linger when we cross paths in the hallway. The way you brought those hot spring buns last year just for me.
Those were for the entire General Affairs Department. You were the only one there at the time. I handed them to you because you were closest to the counter. I even said, for everyone.
No, you didn't. You looked straight into my eyes and smiled.
Jane, I'm begging you to listen. That was not me flirting. That was basic human courtesy. We've never gone to lunch, never exchanged a personal message, never even had a proper conversation outside of office greetings. You are a coworker, that's all.
You're lying. You have to be lying, because I left everything for you. My husband, my home, my financial safety, gone. For us.
Jane, I'm already married.
What?
I registered my marriage last month. I was planning to make it official to everyone tomorrow. I married Amy.
Amy? That child from marketing? Your new hire?
She's not a child. She's my age. We've been together since high school.
No, you're making this up. You're trying to drive me away.
No, I'm being painfully honest.
You two-timed us. You led me on while sneaking around with her.
We were never a thing, Jane. There was never an us. I've told you so many times I'm not interested, and I never was.
But you came to General Affairs every day.
To pick up mail, because that's literally my job as the new guy in sales. It's been the policy for years.
But what about...
No more whatabouts. You imagined a relationship that didn't exist. You bought a condo based on pure delusion, and you want me to live in it like it's some fairy tale ending? It's not happening.
It cost $700,000. I bought it for us. I can't afford that mortgage alone. I need you.
That's not my responsibility. I warned you. I told you repeatedly not to contact me outside of work, and you ignored every boundary I set. Now you're telling me you've put yourself in debt and destroyed your marriage for an imaginary relationship?
Fine, if that's how you want to play it. Then divorce that little girl and marry me. I'm your superior, and I'm giving you a direct order.
You realize what you just said, right? That's harassment. That's coercion. And it's going straight to HR.
No, wait. Jane, please don't report me. I love you. Doesn't that count for anything?
No, it doesn't. Goodbye, Jane.
Please, don't leave me.
I'm blocking this number. Don't contact me again. The very next day, I reported everything to the company. I didn't waste time. I didn't sugarcoat it. I walked into the HR office with a thick packet of evidence. Screenshots of messages Jane had sent me, recordings of calls where she crossed more lines than I could count, and statements from coworkers who had seen or heard enough to back me up. It wasn't just about what had happened between the two of us, it was about the atmosphere she created around her. The gossip, the manipulation, the way she spoke to people as if they were props in a life she had scripted out in her head. The HR team looked tense as they went through everything. They didn't say much, but the silence spoke volumes. I could see the shift happen in real time, the slow realization that this wasn't just a personal issue. It was a serious breach of company ethics. Jane had used company platforms to harass a coworker, had created a hostile work environment, and had clearly violated multiple internal compliance codes. By the end of the day, she was gone. Technically, they called it a voluntary resignation, but everyone knew the truth. It was an ultimatum: leave quietly or be fired publicly. And Jane, ever obsessed with appearances, chose the route that let her preserve some sliver of dignity, at least on paper. She probably thought she could spin it later, maybe even tell people she left to pursue a better opportunity. But in reality, she was pushed out, her hands still trying to grasp something that had long since slipped through her fingers. And yet, as surreal as that already was, the real madness came a few days later. One evening, I got a call from my old landlord. He sounded rattled. Jane had shown up at my old apartment. She'd barged in screaming loud enough for the whole building to hear. Furious, desperate, completely unhinged. "This is your fault. How am I supposed to pay for the tower apartment now? You ruined everything." She had no idea I'd already moved. I'd relocated weeks ago, quietly, without telling anyone but close friends. I didn't want to give her a chance to pull something like this, showing up unannounced, trying to argue her way back into my life. So when she pounded on the door and demanded answers, all she got was a confused landlord and a locked door. Apparently, she made such a scene that the neighbors started calling the front office, worried it might escalate. The landlord didn't hesitate. He called the police. She was escorted out of the building, still yelling, still clinging to some belief that I owed her something. I was stunned, but not entirely surprised. Jane had always lived in a fantasy world where reality bent to her wants, where logic didn't apply unless it served her narrative, and now that narrative was crumbling. From what I've heard, she's still living in that luxury high-rise condo, alone. That place she had dreamed about, posted about nonstop on social media, showing off the skyline from her window, the minimalist furniture, the imported espresso machine. All of it now a prison she built for herself. She works constantly, day shifts, night shifts, anything she can get. I've heard whispers, restaurant kitchens, freelance gigs, even temporary data entry at places that don't ask too many questions. She's juggling it all just to stay afloat, barely making her mortgage payments on time. And here's the kicker. The down payment she used to buy that place, it wasn't hers. She took it from a joint account she had with her ex-husband. Savings they'd built together, likely for a future home they were meant to share. She drained it without permission, without telling him, and used it to chase a solo dream she thought she could force into reality. Now he's demanding she pay it back. I don't blame him. Legal action is apparently already in motion. She's not just broke, she's cornered. Financially, emotionally, legally. That high-rise isn't a dream anymore. It's a daily reminder of how far she's fallen. I think what unsettles me most is how deeply she believed in her version of the story. In her mind, everything would work out if she could just control the narrative. If she could stay close to me, keep me tangled in her orbit, manipulate situations until I either forgave her or forgot why I left in the first place. She never saw the collapse coming because she never accepted that the foundation was rotten from the start. It's terrifying, honestly, how powerful delusion can be, how far someone will go to avoid facing the truth. She didn't just make a mistake, she built a whole life out of misunderstanding and entitlement. And when reality didn't cooperate, she tried to break it instead of adapting. But that's the thing about truth. It waits patiently. And when it arrives, it doesn't knock gently, it tears through everything, leaving nothing untouched. Do I feel sorry for her? Maybe, in a distant, detached way. I don't wish misery on anyone, but she brought this on herself step by step. Every lie, every manipulation, every time she pushed boundaries and thought she could get away with it. It all led here. And me? I've moved on. My new place is quiet, modest, and finally feels like mine. There's no drama, no manipulation, no blurred lines. I'm not looking over my shoulder anymore, waiting for the next crisis. Sometimes I still get updates from mutual contacts. They say Jane doesn't talk much these days, that she looks tired, that the bright, overconfident persona she used to wear like armor is cracking more with each passing week. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.